Welcome to the Writer's Journey podcast. I'm Michael Laran, a science fiction and fantasy author on a journey to go from nobody to bestseller, and I'm documenting every step of the way. Tune in every week as I pull back the curtain on my writing life and how I'm building a writing career while working a full-time job, raising a family, and attending law school classes in the evenings. You can find show notes for this week's episode, a free starter library of my fiction, and much more at michaellaran.com. Hello and welcome to episode 90. Can you believe I'm only 10 episodes away, 10 weeks away, or 9 weeks now, from 100 episodes of the Writer's Journey podcast? That is really cool. And yeah, here's to 10 more. So this week, it's going to be a pretty short episode this week. I recognize that it's going to be Thursday when this goes live, which is going to be Thanksgiving Day. I don't anticipate very many of you to listen to this on Thanksgiving Day, although some of you may be listening to this on Black Friday or Saturday or Sunday or the next week as things kind of catch up. But I am going to be with my family enjoying Thanksgiving, so I'm actually recording this off cycle. So you may hear my daughter or my puppy in the background, and you might hear my washing machine kick on and off. But improvisation, right? So in terms of how things are going with me, it is actually Saturday, so I'm recording this a little bit earlier than I usually do. But it's been a really nice afternoon. Went out to dinner with my family, and we kind of came back, and I've just been kind of doing a lot of marketing stuff. I've got some things that are coming up, which one of those things is going to be at the end of this episode, so definitely stick around to find that out. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day, and from a news perspective, let's see. So Tuesday, I'm going to be picking up my law exam, and I have a week to finish it. So it's a take-home exam, a couple of scenarios, kind of like the midterm. And next Tuesday, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, will be the day that I hand it in. We will meet for about 10 minutes. I think somebody's going to bring cookies, and then we're going to bounce, and then the semester is done. So I am super pumped to get that time back. And some of you who follow me on social media and my blog have noticed that I've started up doing some posts again. So I've done a couple of videos. That's going to continue, and I'm going to try to ramp that up here near the middle of December. So if you don't follow me on social media, I used to do them daily. I probably won't do them daily now, but I do a couple times a week, about 2-minute videos just talking about what's on my mind, kind of like with the Writer's Journey, but it's visual, and a lot of people have said that they like that. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see that content. And so the law thing is going to take up a lot of my time. Writing-wise, things are going great. I am in the process right now of actually deciding what my next project is going to be. So I'm trying to decide if I do another nonfiction book just to round out the year, or if I jump into my novella that is going to be for my Good Necromancer series that I'm also going to use as a lead magnet. I haven't figured that out yet, and I'm just kind of waiting to figure out what the right decision is going to be. Probably will make a decision by the end of the weekend. So as far as updates and things go, that's pretty much it for me this week. But I did do something that was kind of interesting. So I have a new book out. So kind of a big announcement, right? So I have a new book out, and a little bit of a story behind this. The name of the book is called The Writing Craft Playbook, Volume 1, and it's 20 fiction and nonfiction tricks to keep your readers in the zone. So it's got a little bit of a U.S. football analogy, a little bit of a U.S. football theme to it, but really it's about how do you take the techniques that the top 1% of authors are using. Stephen King, Nora Roberts, J.K. Rowling, James Patterson, James Rollins, Ken Follett, you name them, the top tier, top echelon authors. What is it that they're doing that we can learn from to help us write better fiction? And I've been no stranger about this. I've been talking about this for the last about 2 years or so, that I've been studying exclusively the bestsellers. Those are pretty much the only novels that I'm reading. And I'm doing that because I believe that if they're doing something right, what can I learn from that? And I've learned a tremendous amount from studying the mega bestsellers, like things that have taken my craft like from 0 to 60 in just a matter of a few books. So the basically what this book is it's playbooks. So how do I visualize the techniques that the authors are using, and then I break them down step by step so that you can import them directly into your next work in progress when you sit down at your computer and start writing your next book. And I make it super easy for you. Literally, it is the lazy writer's way of making their craft look like $1,000,000. So again, it's the Writing Craft Playbook, Volume 1, 20 fiction tricks and nonfiction tricks to keep your readers in the zone. And here's the plot twist. It is completely free. I'm not charging anything for it. In fact, it is a lead magnet on my mailing list for Author Level Up. So authorlevelup.com/fan club, you can get your copy. I have a mailing list for Author Level Up, but I have not done a very good job at all of doing anything with it. You know, I don't have very many people on it. I mean, I think I've got like 200 people on it. It's nothing really crazy to brag about, but they're 200 good people, right? And I have not done anything by the way of sending them newsletters. The only thing they have gotten from me in the last 6 to 8 months has been autoresponders for those people who maybe signed up. But for the longest time, I took the link to the newsletter off of the Author Level Up site, so it wasn't even growing. And it's like, come on, if I'm going to be a marketer, if I'm going to be a world-class marketer, and I don't have my own mailing list, I mean, come on, that's kind of crazy. So that got me thinking, okay, I need to do a better job of maintaining my mailing list. So then the next thing was, well, what am I going to offer as a lead magnet? And I didn't have anything. You know, I've done a few things over the past few years for lead magnets. Like when I first started Author Level Up, I had, it was a course. It was for how to format Rockstar ebooks. And it was cool, but today it's a little clunky and, you know, it's just not something I want to offer. And I had a few other things, but they really didn't convert that well. And I really didn't get any feedback from people saying that they were helpful or not helpful. So I said, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to come up with something that is going to be super evergreen and that is something that only I can create. And so I had this idea floating around in my head for a little bit about fiction formulas, right? And so what I did was I went on my YouTube channel and I asked my subscribers, what do you want to see? If you were to join an email list from me, what do you want to see? And I gave them a couple options. I gave them the fiction formula option. I gave them a speed writing option where, you know, how do you write better and faster, that sort of thing. And then I offered to write a book on writer's block. And the writer's block one is the one I almost thought would win. That actually came in dead last. The one that people wanted was the fiction formulas. And so I sat down last Saturday, as I record this a week ago, I sat down and I said, okay, I'm going to come up with a lead magnet. And I sat down at 10 a.m. By 4 p.m., I had it done. And then I had it off to my editor. I had a cover design for it, and it is now live. So authorlevelup.com/fan club. The Writing Craft Playbook is my gift to you on the house, mainly as a thank you to those on my mailing list who have been waiting 6 to 8 months to hear anything from me. So authorlevelup.com/fan club. That is how you can get your copy of it on the house. It is my thank you and a complimentary thing to those who have been on my mailing list for 6 to 8 months and have not gotten anything from me. And so in many ways, it is me kind of putting my pants on and standing up tall and being a proper author. It's one of those things where you know better. I know better. I knew I should have been growing my list, but I just hadn't been doing it. So it is now available and live, and the feedback that I've gotten so far is that it has been extremely helpful, and it's a little unusual. So I'll leave that to you to go check it out. authorlevelup.com/fan club. So I wanted to just take a moment and express some gratitude for everyone who listens to this show. You know, when I started the writer's journey 2 years ago or 18 months ago, I didn't think in a million years that anyone would listen to this show. In many ways, the show was, I don't know, like an audio journal. You know, it was really in some weird way to suit my own vanity to record all the things that I was doing on a weekly basis just to show what it was like to be a part-time writer. And I really didn't think anyone would listen to it. And I'm just blown away by the fact that month after month, the views of the show just keep growing. And Yeah, it's crazy to think that you can just turn on your microphone and talk about what's on your mind, and people want to listen to that, right? That's amazing. It flies in the face of so many different podcasts that, they're super well produced, and they have a certain format, and the writer's journey doesn't have that. And I am super grateful to each and every one of you who listen to me and put me in your earbuds every week. And I'm always curious about how people listen to the show. Are you listening to it? Do you just sit down and that's what you want to do? You just want to listen to the writer's journey, or are you listening to it at the gym or while you're driving? I'm always curious about that. So if you want to let me know, feel free to tweet me at michaellaron.com or michaellaron, or shoot me an email, authorlevelup.com/contact or michaellaron.com/contact. I'm always curious about that, but I am extremely grateful for each and every one of you who listen every week, and I hope that you're getting a lot out of the show, and I hope that it's entertaining to you, and I'm always looking for ways to improve it. And gratitude is something that's always on my mind, but it's especially on my mind as we move into Thanksgiving. And for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that you have a phenomenal 2 days off. If you get those 2 days off. I hope that all of you work in a job where you get the 2 days off. Some people don't. But I hope that you take the time and spend some great time and some great reflection with your friends and your family. And that is the most important thing, right? So I hope that you have a phenomenal Thanksgiving holiday. And if you are going to be celebrating Black Friday, if you are one of those people that stands in line at Walmart and braves the elements and takes your life into your own hands, I have an option that will potentially save you some physical harm on Black Friday, and all it takes is a couple clicks of a mouse. So I am participating in a promotion, and it's a bundle, and it's honestly the biggest deal for writers of the year. It's called the Writing Craft Superstack, and what it is it's 40 plus products for writers. So 40 plus products, so books, services, courses, you name it, for writers. And all of these products together have a collective value of about $3,000, but they're being sold for $49. So $49, one-time fee, you get access to all of these things. And it's really, really cool. So 2 of my books are going to be in it, Indie Poet Rockstar and Be a Writing Machine. So in case you haven't read those, this is a great opportunity to get them. But it's all focused on writing craft. So it's the end of November now. So you're probably thinking about the new year, and you're thinking about what your goals are going to be and what your resolutions are going to be. And I know for many of you, writing craft is always on top of mind. How do you write better stories? How do you write better dialogue? How do you create memorable characters? How do you write like the top 1% of authors? That's why I created an entire lead magnet, because that is what people have asked me about. That is what's on people's top of mind, right? And so this is a great way to invest in yourself, invest in your self-improvement, invest in your knowledge base. And honestly, I don't participate in very many promotions, but I picked this one because it's such an amazing value. So 40 plus products for writers, $3,000 value for only $49, the Writer's Craft Superstack. So I will drop a link to that in the show notes. I will also be talking about it on all of my different channels, but it started earlier this week. It's going to end on December 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So you've really only got a little bit of time to decide if it's going to be for you, because once it's gone, it's gone. So be sure to check the show notes for a link. And like I said, be safe out there. Don't get trampled at Walmart or Tesco or wherever it is you're going to. Be safe. Practice good Black Friday behavior. Don't spend the farm wherever you are. But definitely, this Writer's Craft Superstack is definitely a better deal than a flat screen TV or anything else that Amazon's probably peddling. Maybe. That's a big maybe, right? So anyway, I'm gonna sign off this week. I hope that you have a phenomenal Thanksgiving holiday, and I'll holler at you next week. Thanks for joining me this week. If you enjoyed this episode, you'll enjoy my backlist episodes at michaellaron.com/podcast.
For your free starter library of my favorite novels, join my fan club by visiting michaellaron.com/fanclub. If you're a writer and want to connect with me further, check out my YouTube channel, Author Level Up, for helpful writing advice at authorlevelup.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back next week.